Welcome everyone to an episode of the Definitive Crusade. I am your host, Johnny Machine Hughes, and after our lads spectacular, I am happy to bring back into the fold the lovely Freyja. Freyja, how's it going?
It's going good actually.
Yeah, good. And of course, we have the Definitive Crusade's own The Knight.
Hello.
Yeah.
I'm not nearly as lovely, but you know.
I know, well, you know.
I'm here.
Yeah, well, you Red Hood fan, so you know, it's always have to drop it down a notch for that. You know,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Look,
Okay.
we've got the good with Freyja, we've got the bad with me, and then the ugly with Johnny. So it's the three of us.
Why do I do this again?
I don't know, man. Look, we're just trying to have fun somehow.
Yeah. That's fine. I will carry that burden. I will carry that burden for you.
Fair enough.
There you go.
You carry it well.
Yeah, we'll have to be good at something, right? Okay. All right. So we have 4 books for you to have a look at. The first one, Matthew, this is your call, right?
Yes,
This
it is.
your call. And I can't believe that we're actually going to do this. So here we go. This is, there it is at last. This is Aquaman Andromeda, #1 of 3. It's a black label book. It's written by Ram V, with art by Christian Ward and letters by Aditya Bidikar. And I've got to say, I'll just put my little bit on here. For ages, we've been banging on about having a good black label Aquaman book. Now we get this. And man, I'm like so disappointed. I sound like a Star Wars fan. I have no idea. Matthew, what were your thoughts? This is your book, so you take it away.
Well, thank you for finally handing the mic to me. But unlike Johnny, I actually really rather enjoyed the book. As you said, it's a black label, so it's going to be farther along the darker and grittier side, you know, especially for DC Comics. But even as we see here, the artwork, that's the only thing that's thrown me off about this whole thing is the art is so I don't even know what the right phrase I'm looking for, or right word I'm looking for here, but it's different. It's different. The Aquaman style, he's not wearing like the gold armor. You still see the kind of the same colorations with the gold shirt, the green pants, but he's a lot more eldritch with the bits of coral growing on him, his eyes being vacant and glowing at the same time. Just eldritch is a good word that I could use to describe the artwork of this book because it's so out there, and I personally like the choice that they went with here. But we see the story progresses is that there's this group that is in a submarine. They're adventuring underneath the sea in search of something that has fallen from the stars, some kind of satellite, alien something that did not burn up in the atmosphere. It landed in the ocean, and so they're going to go search for it. And so they're talking back and forth, and that's something else that I actually really liked is that the bits of phrasings and the dialogue that we see through, it's not wordy. There's a couple sections in there where even I was like, okay, skip, because they have it set up to where you're following the storyline and it's building up and it's kind of that suspense, and then you go into the section where it's really wordy and they're talking and giving some exposition to the whole thing, and you're just like, okay, skim to get back, or at least that's what I did because I was so entrenched with the artwork and seeing how things worked out because it was good to me. True, I haven't slept in 24 hours, so my mind may not be totally there, and that may be why I like it. But
Aquaman, all the good for keeping you up for 24 hours. Boom.
Yeah.
Bless your cottons.
And the story, they're getting closer to this alien tech, and as they get closer, it sends out a wave, which they, after a brief scare, they realize that whatever this object is, it has essentially scanned them. and so they're even more on guard. And then they lose contact with the Esperanza, which is the ship on the surface. And when they try to figure things out, turns out it's a giant octopus that's attacking the ship. And they're like, oh my God, we have to go save them. And the captain's like, no, we kind of can't, because technically this whole thing is off books. And if we go to the rescue, we'll be in the middle of this big military thing, because we were technically not supposed to be out here doing this. But Aquaman, we actually see glimpses of him throughout this, because the giant octopus is attacking the ship, and they're doing sonar to try to figure things out, exactly what's going on. And they see a small glimpse of a man attacking this octopus, and then we jump over to the artwork where he's like plunging his trident into the mouth of the beast.
Now, this isn't a metaphor for anything, is it? It's not euphemism, is it?
Nope. Not this time.
Oh my gosh.
Not this time. Technically, I should say trident, not sword, but you know, it is what it is. But also throughout the book, we get a little brief exposition of Aquaman. You know, how, like in this panel that we see right here, he's coming out of the ocean and he's spending time with the people there, just working on surfboards, working on boats, just working with his hands, being around people to take a break from being Aquaman, the king of Atlantis. And that's something I really like. We get to see kind of the human side to him more than more than what we've seen in the past.
We get to see more Arthur. Yeah, it's a good shout. It's a good shout. Do you think that's Matthew? So you really like this book? So do you think that's a nod to the Snyder Justice League movies?
I definitely saw a little bit there. I could see some like if you go to the front of the cover of the book. They definitely drew from Jason Momoa, giving him the darker hair. Now, true, in this panel, we still see he's blonde, but in the cover, we have that dark hair that's going back. He's the same build, which that just
happens to blondes anyway. They get their hair wet and then it gets quite dark.
I mean, yes, I can verify. I can verify.
I can't. I've been grey for like the last 30 years. So.
But yeah, I could definitely see them drawing inspiration from Zack Snyder's work.
Jack Snyder.
Yeah, sorry. little slip there. Zack Snyder.
It would be cool if it wasn't Jack, wouldn't it? But never mind.
It would be kind of cool.
You don't know Jack Snyder about the Justice League.
But yeah, overall, I really liked it.
Okay, cool.
I think the main thing for me was the same thing that set me off from it was the artwork. It's so it's just different, but it's different in a good way.
Yeah,
because we're in the if I can get my words out, most of the time that we're reading through the book, we're in the ocean, and if you've ever gone diving, things are alien down there. Things are different. And so
good shout. That is a good shout. Yeah, cool.
And so the fact that the artwork reflects that is pretty well done, in my opinion.
All right, good shout. Well done. I'm enjoying that. That's a really good observation. Well done. Wouldn't it be funny if they used watercolors for the book, though? Right? No?
That would be pretty funny.
Yeah, yeah.
Be really.
I can hear people not
really
laughing.
cool.
That's how not. Okay, Freyja, what was your take on this Aquaman? Because you're with me on this. You and I have both had the conversation how Aquaman should have a Game of Thrones type of black label book before. We've talked about loads. Are you happy with the black label treatment from Ram V? We all know Ram V from his Justice League Dark and Swamp Thing stuff.
So I didn't even realize this was a black label book while I was reading it. It was like there was something really black label-y about it. But the art, not really. I mean, the art is hit and miss with me. I do appreciate the color. I do like his rework of his suit. I do like how alien everything looks because, Under the Sea is very weird looking. And some places are very colorful. Like coral can get really colorful and whatnot, and fish. However, the artwork, I didn't like it when it was like the submarine people. It's just it was, I hated it. I didn't. It's just, I don't know. I'm one of those people who really likes detailed art. And I understand when they go into like non-detailed. I get that. It's just not my favorite, and this is, it's a stylistic choice, and it's just not for me at all. But I do like the colors. It doesn't really feel watery to me, though. It feels more like something you'd see spray painted on the wall, in some places.
Okay. All right, okay.
So that part kind of takes me out a little bit when they have like, it looks like paint dripping. I can't remember. I think it was like the submarines in the water and near the beginning. But yeah, like kind of like that right there. It kind of just feels like, like spray painted a little bit.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. It's odd, isn't it? Because you think Ram V, who's known for, as I said, Justice League Dark and Swamp Thing. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's done superhero stuff before, of course, with DC. He was on Catwoman for a while. So for me, this isn't the Black Label book I expected. Excuse me. It is the I suppose it's that Vertigo style of Aquaman, if you want to say anything. The spiritual nature of what's going on. Matthew, I was reading this book and I was with you. I was absolutely like, wow, Matthew's bang on right. This book looks great. Until that page.
Ugh.
At which point,
I did forget about that, but
at this point, I was like, so this is just yet another Black Manta story. At that point, I dropped this like a hot potato. I was like, all that great setup, all the great mysticism of the ocean, all the great depths of the deep blue sea, and all this crazy stuff that can happen down there has just been washed away, flushed, as it were, because all in all, we've got a Black Manta story looking for something in the sea in which to do his revenge on Aquaman. And I'm thinking to myself, this should not be a Black Label book because I've seen this story a gazillion million times in the main Aquaman book.
Yeah.
I do have to
Batman
say,
using Joker.
Yeah, exactly right. And I get the style.
Sorry, Matthew.
Sorry, I get that stylistically it looks great in places, but it's the story that's going to keep me coming back, not the art. Matthew, you were saying something.
I was just saying that, I was a little disappointed to see Black Manta make his appearance, along with change. His outfit does not work with this style, with this artistic styling. The head looks weird, but there is one line, the final line that he leaves with us, actually made me be like, okay, maybe they can set up something different with this, because he's talking about how if some secrets are not better left to her cold embrace, talking about how, I'm a pirate. I like taking things from people, but even I recognize that maybe some things in the ocean are better left down there.
Yeah. I just find it, I don't know. It was just,
like his helmet piece. Yeah. It looks buggy more than Manta.
Yeah. And then unfortunately for me, that actually spoiled the book, because I was kind of like, I was with you on up to that point. I absolutely totally was. I was like, it's not my cup of tea really, but I'm with it. I can see it. I like the more thoughtful Aquaman. I like the fact that they talk about the two different aspects of him, of the land and of the sea, and I liked all that. That was all great guns and stuff. And then it just boils down to just this. I was like, nope. All that great setup, just.
I'm probably going to pick up the second book because I'm interested to see where it goes, because this is definitely a setup book. The main story I feel like is definitely going to come in the next one. So this is the ley line, and it's kind of like with every chapter one. It's setting up the story, and I think it's well done. Could have been left out without Black Manta, but I'm interested to see where it goes nonetheless. So I think this is a good book for Aquaman fans out there. because I know there are a few. There are a few.
There are.
One is in my Discord. He's a big fan of Aquaman.
Freyja's an Aquaman fan.
I just understand that he is a character that has not been utilized properly. Like,
yeah, that's a fair shout.
Yeah.
He's always like an also ran, isn't he? For me, I don't know. There's just something about him. You know, it's like that crazy character where they've got to be fighting the villains near the sea for him to work. It's like, you know, surely villains would work out. I'll stay away from the ocean if I think I'm going to try and do something. But
yeah,
what can I say? What do I know? I don't write these things. I only talk about them. All right. Next up is Freyja. I believe this is your choice, is it not?
Yeah, and I hate my life because of it.
Well, you picked it.
Why?
I know. Why? It's just.
Let me give it the stats before we get into this. So this is Poison Ivy #1. This is written by G. Willow Wilson. Yes, that G. Willow Wilson of Miss Marvel fame. Art by Marcio Takara. Colors by Arif Prianto. And letters by Hassan Otsman Elawal. That's as close as I'm going to get to it. I'm not going to have another bash at it. I've got to be honest, I quite enjoyed the last Poison Ivy miniseries. I thought that was kind of good fun. Yeah. Freyja?
No.
She's like, no.
Yeah. Like I thought I would enjoy this because I like Poison Ivy. But this didn't really feel like Poison Ivy to me. I don't know why. Because the first thing she says is, I don't enjoy killing, things. I'm like, that's a bunch of bullshit. That's your whole thing, girl. You want to kill everything so plants take over, and that's I was like, okay. So she's going and targeting like livestock, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess. Sure, why not? It's just her monologuing the whole time. The whole thing is I just kind of felt bored because it didn't feel like it was really setting up anything except I'm on an adventure, I guess.
It's her last journey, isn't it? This is what we're getting. Because of the changes that have gone through through the Batman story when she was split into two.
Yep.
When they put her back together, they've actually taken away her ability to survive her own poison. So the idea is this is her last journey. She's good. She's trying to get to a point where she can finally lay down and just decompose, as the plants do, I suppose. Along the way, of course, she bumps into lots of different people, some of which are a little more handsy than others. Yeah. And of course, we get a little bit of insight of what's going on behind the scenes. It's kind of like the main story of this. I mean, we're under no illusion she's going to survive, right?
Of course she is. She's freaking Poison Ivy.
Yeah. She's just like reseeds or something, right?
Yeah, she's a plant. Like, I do like her design when she is killing the guys from the bar.
Yeah.
I did like that design for her. Her in her, jumpsuit, not so much. Like. I don't know. It's just, it was not for me, I guess. I don't know. It was kind of boring for me. And it's like, what was that line? There was a line. Where is it? She's putting on her sunglasses when she does the line. Where is that stupid line?
You can hear the
that one there
in the background.
The whole, I don't mean to brag, but you have to be really good at being this bad. I'm like, oh, God, shoot me. Makes me want to gag crap like that. I'm like, oh my gosh, who talks like that? If someone talks like that, I was like, if I had a friend who talked like that, I would like smack them and tell them to shut up. Like, the fuck up.
All right then. Okay, cool. I like that panel. I like that page. That page looks great. Just want to say that, put that out there. Matthew, what was your take on Poison Ivy that Freyja made us read?
I liked it. I liked it just as much as the Aquaman book. I thought it was good. I thought there were different art style choices that were well done. The inner monologue, it was a little lengthy, but
you mean the entire book?
Well, if they could have, I know they could have left out a few lines, and it probably would have worked just as well. But yeah, she's succumbing to her own poison. She's making a journey as her last journey. I use quotations because I know it's not going to be the last. But she's doing this all for Harley, and in her twisted mind, this is for Harley. And she's just going away. There was a line in there that actually caught my interest, talking about how she's now affiliated with the Green, which I was like, whoa.
She's always been part of the Green.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't until I read that it actually clicked in my brain, like, whoa, wait a minute. Swamp Thing and Poison Ivy kind of have the same thing going on.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah.
And so it was rather interesting for me. I really kind of like with you, Freyja. I really like the scene where the guys are like, "Hey, we got some cash if you
yeah, it was that.
And then she was like,
"That's hilarious class." It's like, we got some cash. It'll take 5 minutes each. That's probably not the best chat line you've ever used.
It'll only take 5 minutes.
It'll only take 5 minutes. Whoa.
And then she's like, ha, and just obliterates them. It was great. It was.
I wonder if her using her powers like this actually brings her demise quicker. You know,
that's what I'm thinking.
It's like a running clock thing.
That's what I'm thinking.
I said demise. I'm going to be honest, Freyja. When you picked this book, I looked at this to review for Comic Crusaders last week when it hit. I looked at the first few pages. I was like, nope, I'm going to take a pass. All right, then you picked it. I had to read the damn thing anyway.
I'm just that good.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks. But I've got to be honest. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was going to. The reason why I liked it. I like this bit, the whole Harley and Ivy thing. You know, no, not the girls kissing. I've seen girls kiss before. I'm pretty much over it, thanks. But this bit where Ivy's annoyed at Harley because Harley went to Catwoman to help save her in the whole Batman storyline.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny that Ivy's got this level of jealousy going on right now because you've got to remember in the Catwoman book, Harley and Catwoman have just spent a night together as platonic friends, saying how good it is to be like sleeping next to somebody. So those two have got their own wounds to heal themselves, you know. So it's interesting to see how the triangle of the Gotham City sirens still exists a little bit in that relationship. I thought that was kind of cool. Matthew, I agree with you. How she takes out the dudes at the bar was pretty fun. I love the colors on the book. The colors are fantastic.
Yeah.
It gets a little bit psychedelic here with the whole green, but then what would you expect? Mm-hmm. I would say, I mean, it hasn't escaped my notice that she looks a little bit like Dark Phoenix on this page. So if you want to go and check out the Migraine book to see what I'm talking about, go check it out. Or even just a normal Phoenix, I suppose. But I suppose you get that with any sort of character that's female and got red hair, right?
Right.
No, I liked it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was interesting. I'm going to keep an eye on it moving forward just to see.
I really like the cliffhanger. The cliffhanger that they leave, just like, and there's no way to come back from extinction.
Yeah.
Right. As the hand is slowly.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's I don't know. My only concern with Poison Ivy has been for quite a number of years is the old Batman the Animated Series show, where you know she's into plants and everything. All meat should die, but then you see her eating a salad.
I know, right?
It's like,
well, she has to eat something.
I know, but she's not going to eat salad, is she?
She should be eating meat, considering they're carnivorous plants.
Exactly.
She should be standing in the sunlight more often and not be in Gotham.
Photosynthesis.
Just T-posing on a hill.
And this biology lesson has been brought to you by... right, okay.
People who shouldn't be teaching people anything.
Hey, I have a degree in biology. I can teach.
Yeah, I have a degree in things. that don't have anything to do with it.
That's a conversation for later.
I don't really use my degree for anything, but
No one does. No one does.
All right, okay. Before we jump into our next two books, it's time for one of our fantastic adverts. So here you go. You know what? We'll have this one. We haven't had this one for a while. Check it out. Check out the flip side.
Flip.
Let me ask you a question. Are you wanting to read a new comic book that has nothing to do with the big two? Are you tired of looking through countless titles and have no idea where to begin? Well, don't you worry, because the random dude Josh and Johnny the Machine Hughes has the podcast for you. Flipside Focus, only on the Undercover Capes Podcast Network.
There you go. Check out Flipside. There's a new episode out now where we talk to the creator of There's an Alien in My Toilet. That's right.
Nice.
Interesting.
Check it out. I tell you what, it's more fun than you think it was going to be. Well, there you go. Pretty much like that Poison Ivy book. Okay. Hey. All right. So next up, the next kind. Can we say big event? I'm not sure if this is a huge event or not. To be honest, I kind of have lost the way a little bit. But over in Justice League 75, we had the death of the Justice League. The only person surviving was Black Adam. Of course, he has to survive. There's a movie coming out, so
Right.
Yeah.
can't kill him, right?
Featuring the Rock.
And this, therefore, is, I suppose, the impact issue of that before the mini-series. Think of it as Dark Crisis Zero, or what are they doing at the moment? Oh, they do the whole Alphas and Omega books, don't they? So there you go. Creator-wise, this book has an absolute ton of creators on it. So let's see if I can find a list, because there is one in here somewhere. There we go. So in the first book, which is the Nightwing and Superboy book, you've got Joshua Williamson, Dan Jurgens on pencils, Norm Rapman and Hi-Fi on inks and colors, Jeffrey Adams and Rose Campe on art, and Matt Herms on colors for Life Purpose. Survivors, you've got Chuck Brown, Fisco Osio on script and art, with Sebastian Cheng on colors. Pariah, you've got Philip Kennedy Johnson, Leila Del Duca, and the fantastic Jordi Belair on script, art, and colors, respectively. Stephanie Phillips, who is currently kicking it on Harley, is on scripts for Because the Night. Clayton Henry's on art, and Marcelo Maiolo's on colors. And Josh Reed gets to pull 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 duties, because he's on the letters all the way through. Whew.
A lot of names. A lot of
Did
names.
some work on that, didn't he? Right. So let me start by saying this. Here's my question. Because what we tend to do with these types of books is we don't focus on the whole thing, because there's just too much of it going on.
Right.
What are your thoughts? And we'll go Matthew, then Freyja. What are your thoughts on the whole idea of looking at how the death of the Justice League impacts the various characters in the DC universe? Is it a good idea, Matthew, or do you think it's like, why bother? Could this be incorporated?
Hold on. Let me. Do I look like Josh? Do I look like Josh?
All right, easy. Oh my God!
Sorry, he's not here. I had to put.
Hey, it's not as if I mistake Jack for Zach.
Right.
Yeah,
and one of them's a little more famous than the other.
Oh my God.
Zack Snyder might listen to this and be like, he called me Jack. I'm never hiring him for anything.
Yeah, because Snyder listens to us, right?
Hey, you never know. You never know, man. But back to the question. I think it's a cool idea. I think it's nifty. That's something about world building that I'm, Dungeons and Dragons. One of my favorite things is world building, storytelling, the interactions between people. If the party visits the town and then goes away for 6 months and comes back, what's changed about the town? How have those people how their interactions with the party members have changed their lives. What are their daily dealings? What may have happened? So seeing background characters and interactions is something that I've always really enjoyed seeing. So taking the limelight away from the main cast and putting it on the people in the background and seeing how they're interacting with these. It's kind of like how we see Robin dealing with Alfred Pennyworth, the death of Alfred, seeing his, I know Robin's not really a minor character or anything. None of these people are really minor characters, but seeing how the people in the lives of the comic world are affected by death or the life of others. We even see Dick Grayson talk about how he's like, hey, yeah, Superman's died, but he's come back. Bruce has died, but he's come back. And so it's really cool to see how all of their interactions in the past are coalescing into these books and seeing how they're dealing with their losses and figuring things out.
Okay, cool. Did you have a favorite in this book that you kind of thought, oh, that's an interesting take?
Don't laugh at me.
Nope, he did not.
The Aquaman one.
Whoa, yeah, what do you like? Oh my god!
Yeah, because Hal Jordan's been in space. He doesn't know about the Justice League. He wasn't there when they died, and so when he's bringing back, or when he's hunting down this virus that's going to be wiping out life in the ocean, he's like, "Hey, Aquaman!" No answer. Aquaman, I need you to come in. Aquaman. And so when he gets down here, and then I'm forgetting his name, Jackson Hyde. He's like, "Hey, you didn't know, but the entire Justice League is dead." And Hal's like, "Oh shit!" And then they have to focus on everything else. And so Hal is going to be like the veteran member in this new quote unquote Justice League, hopefully leading all the others. But it was really cool to see him, because he's normally with the League, and he wasn't with them this time. And then he came back expecting them to be there, and they weren't.
All right, okay, cool. So, Freyja, same question for you. Were you a big fan of these sort of setup issues, or did you just wish they'd cover it off in the main book?
I understand that some people like them. I personally just think it just makes it more long-winded. Like it feels a little too stretched out.
Yeah,
because they want to fill pages, because they could have done it a lot shorter, like have everyone at the funerals instead of just let's go to individuals.
Which comes up in the next book anyway.
They
do the whole eulogy thing, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it just feels like they didn't know how to like compress it, or what's the term? I don't remember the term, but anyway.
Just shorten it.
They couldn't make it short and sweet. They just had.
Yeah, I think Freyja's kind of hit the nail on the head there. The fact that there are so many different aspects of this going on. There's different art styles, some of which you're going to really enjoy, some of which you're going to think, oh my God, this isn't for me.
Drawn out. So, sorry,
Yep.
I'm buffering again. So, what's funny? The only thing that goes away is you guys, but the counter we have for the live is still ticking away. And I'm like, what is going on? I don't even know if you guys can still hear me, so I stopped talking.
That's all right. I filled in admirably there. And
okay.
I think I did all right, actually.
If you hadn't said anything, I wouldn't even have noticed.
Okay.
I kind of think that I'm kind of on the fence. I am on the fence. The thing that knocks me the most about the whole thing is there's a line in the I've got to say this, Dan Jurgens, I think you're a great writer, but hang up the pencil, dude. This art is like 80s
thank
all the
goodness.
way through.
Can we go back to John Kent at the beginning? And
yeah.
like, what is wrong with that? Like when he's smashing his face in what?
Yeah.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh at the art, but what is up with his face and his neck? It looks god.
Yeah.
He looks.
Anyway, yeah.
Lighting.
So the thing that knocks me is as they talked about here, and they talk about this, and Dick Grayson says something along the lines of, I knew Batman wasn't dead. That was bullshit. It was Tim Drake that didn't think Batman was dead. Everybody else was happy to move on, relatively speaking. You know, go back and check your comic books. It was Tim Drake that led the quest to bring Batman back.
Know your own freaking canon, guys. Come on.
Come on. Come on. And I like the fact that they're building on the Nightwing and John relationship. I do like that. It's kind of like the Batman-Superman relationship, but in reverse, with Nightwing actually being in charge rather than Superman. That said, I could have done without the Batman of New York being in this book. Or is that the next book? That's the next book. For the art styles, as I said earlier, just changed too quickly. It's just, I could quite happily have done without this book. I wish I'd seen it earlier because it's in my pull list at the comic book shop. Damn it! That means I've got to pick it up. Son of a bitch.
I will have to say, I also really liked the very last one because Pariah was his machine that melded with the Death Monitor is what wiped out the Justice League, and it's him in his own mindscape dealing with it. I did like that because it kind of gives the drive for what villain or what antagonistic acts may happen in the next book. But I did kind of like it because he was in his mindscape, and he's justifying why he did it, to look through the multiverse to figure out whether there's a universe where his family didn't die, but then he's like, nope, there isn't, and we get to see him playing with his guilt.
Yeah, that's a good show. I like that one. Of course, we do get a Stephanie Brown feature, so
Yay!
I actually thought that bad.
Excited.
It's not that bad actually. When you read it, it's quite interesting. It's better than the one that's been teased today. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's in the Pride special, the Tim Drake Pride special. Check on Twitter; it's all over the place. There's a panel where the Batgirls bump into Tim Drake in Gotham when they're dealing with some sort of elephant. You have to read it. You have to check it out. And then Cass swears. She says something like, "What the?" And then you've got all the usual Freyja hates for swearing. And when's Cass ever swore? It's like probably got it wrong. When
does Cass really ever speak?
Yeah. Right. Okay. So fair enough. We've had the Justice League 75. We've had the Road to Dark Crisis. Why don't we finally get our asses over to that? And here we go. This behemoth of a book, Dark Crisis, number 1 of 7, written by Joshua Williamson, art by Daniel Sampier, colors by Alejandro Sanchez, letters by Tom Napolitano. And I just want to point out one thing before we get into this. Check out Jessica Cruz is on the cover. What's the better that Jessica Cruz isn't in this main story at all?
Yep.
Well, she's at the funeral.
Was she?
She was floating at the funeral. She was up in the.
I didn't even
see
her.
Then you have fallen into my dastardly trap. You can get first on this one. Well done. Go on then.
Oh, jeez.
Matthew's all like, "Yay, not me for a change."
Yes.
Cool. Go on then. Take it away, Freya.
Oh, jeez. So I don't know what's going on right here.
This is a memory of the time where Bruce deputizes Dick Grayson into his life as Robin. It's a memory. You can see that it's the old school Batman with his crazy belt buckle and his non-yellow oval there. There you go. The start of the eulogy before talking about the different teams that they've had. There's Batman and Robin. You've got the Titans. You've got the Young Justice crew.
What's wrong with Kate? Why is her skin gray? Batwoman. She's right
Yeah.
next to Blue Beetle.
It does
Yeah,
look
yeah.
gray.
She's
Yeah.
great.
maybe she's just got a cough. I don't know.
She's a little under the weather.
Yeah. Cool. And then, obviously, to the eulogy of which you mentioned, there is a floating Green Lantern there. I don't even know if she's got Green Lantern powers back. Last time I looked at Green Lantern,
She was
she
the
was a
Yellow Lantern, wasn't she?
Yeah, exactly. So
I don't
that's
know.
cool.
Like, did anyone else pull up the reading list because of what they've been doing with all the other books?
No.
Because I have been doing that with all of their little 1 of 3 because of Wonder Woman. And then you're like, I can't get the story unless I read Yara and this one and this one and this one. So I pulled up the Dark Crisis reading list.
I almost chose Nubia, the new Wonder Woman book, and then I was like, I don't want to do this again.
So then, what is there a shed load of books there? Then
there is a shitload of books. Luckily, they said most of them are tie-ins, so they're like, they're just tie-ins. But I don't know how much info is going to be in these said tie-ins, but there is a shit ton of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. It's over 30 freaking books.
Where's the checklist at the back of the book?
Yeah, just.
There it is. Yeah, that's a shed load of books, man. I don't care that much. I really genuinely don't care that much at all.
It's just another Justice League story. They'll all live.
We're gonna get a new Justice League, though.
Hey, are we?
The people
Justice League 2.0.
That more downgraded Justice League, if we're gonna be honest.
Patches are in work, okay?
Yeah,
2.0, not 2.1. It's in beta.
It's a choice.
So the story-wise, John goes around trying to recruit people for his Justice League. Matthew, did you enjoy the book? Did you kind of get into it?
I skimmed through a lot of it. Like I said, I haven't slept in 24 hours, so when I picked up this and I was like, oh my God, there are so many pages with so many words. TLDR. Artwork was nice.
TLDR, what's that mean?
Too long, didn't read.
All right, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I like the panel with oh geez, what is her name? Please tell me her name. The Wonder Girl.
Yara.
Thank you. I liked it with her and the demon. The end is coming, Wonder Girl. And she's like, yeah. They all say that.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of humorous.
Yeah, I liked when she was upset with that freaking Superboy showed up. She's like, freaking.
You stealing son of a.
She's like, I didn't ask for help. Get out of here.
We've got to say, we can all agree that Yara, it has been the star of that bollocks that was the future storylines, hasn't she? Yeah?
Yep.
I forgot what it was called. What was the crossover called? Future State. There you go. It has been.
I get
the future. Yeah. So Future State. So I mean, here you've got your Justice League. You've got, as pointed out by Black Adam, you have got shed loads of different characters going on. 2 Blue Beetles.
Mm-hmm.
Do we need 2 Blue Beetles?
No.
Okay. they are necessary.
Are we hating the new Superman costume?
Robin, Damian's girlfriend is in it. I was excited seeing Ravager in this. Sorry,
I'm always excited to see Damian.
I was a little excited to see Damian and his girlfriend in here. I was like, oh, so cute. I don't know if they're boyfriend girlfriend in this storyline, but
so
in the Robin.
Do we like the new Superwoman costume?
I like it.
Yeah.
It covers more.
I hate
I like
it.
the pantaloons. I like the boots. The boots are nice.
Purely for the Flashpoint movie, isn't it? That they've done that. I tell you, I am quite pleased to see Dr. Light back. I think she's massively underused.
Yeah.
But no,
Yeah.
I remember the first time.
Sorry, on the Superwoman suit.
Yep.
I think the main thing I hate is that thick ass belt that makes her look like she's from the 80s.
Yeah. Dan Jurgens, did you draw this picture? No, I'm joking. I like we get a crypto. I like we get a crypto appearance in this book.
Hey, we did.
I like how Adam goes round and pretty gives his 2 cents worth all the way around. I did not enjoy the Batman of New York City.
No.
Being in this book at all. So my question, I guess, if you remember a couple of years ago, Dan Didio was saying that there was going to be a 5th generation of superheroes, and the older heroes, the Batmans, the Bruce, Superman, and Wonder Woman, were all going to get sort of phased out to be replaced by this next generation of heroes. We've seen that being knocked on the head allegedly, and it's even been mentioned in the Flashpoint book that's been kicking around with Batman looking at the chalkboard where it says 5G averted. Has it though? Has it really been averted if we're getting this mini-series?
I don't see this going anywhere. I see Bruce and Clark and Diana coming back. I see everyone coming back because, like I said, these characters have been around for like almost 100 years at this point. They're extremely popular. Mm-hmm. If you want to, in order to do a phase out, you have to. Well, you can't do a phase out. The people just always demand that these characters exist. It would be like Nintendo being like, so we're gonna phase Mario out, and we're gonna replace him with like
Mario.
So his child that he had with Peach. It's not gonna happen. The originals are gonna be popular for a reason. And
do you think that the originals? Do you think that the idea of 5G then is to create that level of diversity within the DC universe, Matthew?
With Star Wars, it's like, sorry, I'm back. So Luke and Vader, Vader's always going to be like the person people want to see.
Yeah.
It just is what it is, and you got to accept that. It's like that in every freaking fandom. They always want the originals.
Yeah, it's fine. It's cool. Matthew, your thoughts? Do we still want the originals, or are we going to segue into the new heroes?
I don't know. Like I kind of agree with Freyja here. It's really hard to phase out from the originals simply because, like she said, they've been around for almost 100 years to this point. Yeah. They are just so notorious and prominent. They are so prominent within their universes that to phase them out, you'd have to either introduce new characters that are absolutely just killer, or they'll just have to take an L with cells and just be like, hey, these guys are actually done. This is where the story is going to go from now on. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Well, this is what we're doing anyways.
I mean, they've already tried getting rid of Bruce. I mean, Dick Grayson was Batman for a while, but they always come back to the original. And I was like, people love Dick Grayson, but Bruce Wayne is Batman. And I love that run. I love the Batman and Robin with Dick Grayson and Damian Wayne. But like I said,
also, this kind of upsets me right here because I'm a huge Beast Boy fan.
I knew this would get you.
I'm a massive Beast Boy fan, and just point blank, just
when they think Batman, they think
it really upsets me.
Freyja's internet is playing tricks on your left, right.
Sorry, I started laughing.
It's like the Phantom Zone's got her. They're pulling her in.
Yeah, it really does. I need to figure out what's wrong.
Yeah, fight it, Freyja. Don't join the Phantom Zone. Matthew's just saying that this scene upset him. The death of Beast Boy. I can't remember. I think Josh should be gutted. What with his Teen Titans goal, love.
Right, he'll be so upset.
I was upset by this too. There is no point in this. Why kill Beast Boy? Like, come on.
He's
shot
the goodest
someone
of
else.
boys.
He is the good boy.
Like, I don't know.
I still want him and Raven to be a thing, but that's never going to happen. Because they gave it to us a little bit, and then they cut it off, and then like, hey, we're rewriting the universe again. I'm like, I hate you. Give me my Raven and Beast Boy romance.
Let me ask you this last question then, before we call it a night. If Beast Boy is to be saved, script-wise, who would you have killed to make the same point? Freyja will go with you first before your internet kills you.
Kid Flash.
Oh, which one?
Well, obviously Wally's running around, but I mean the other Wally.
Both Wally, aren't they?
The one who's at Titan Tower.
All right, okay.
Because,
cool.
Well, maybe not, because he's a speedster and it wouldn't make sense to him. It's like Pietro getting shot in frickin' that Age of Ultron. Maybe.
Yeah.
Migraine movies. So you're talking about the yellow and red Wally West Kid Flash, yeah? I assume she is.
I assume she is. I'm looking through the panels to see if I can figure out which one. But yeah, that seems to be the one she's talking about.
Okay, so Matthew, same question. Who would you say?
I would have to agree with her on that one, because I can't choose Starfire or Raven, because I would be sorely missed if both of those went, and I can't choose Cyborg because that would just be a hate crime, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I think one of the
how's Cyborg a hate crime?
A hate crime.
How's Cyborg a hate crime, but Wally West Kid Flash isn't?
Well, first of all, you can't prove it's just. I think Wally West, because we already have two speedsters. We have the other Wally. And so
I get the logic.
There's two of them, and poor red freaking Ginger Wally has been through enough, man. Like, we don't need to kill him again.
You're bang on right there, Freyja. You are bang on right.
Because if it was Wally and Barry was still alive, I would have totally said, or gay like Jay, like I would have picked another speedster, because we don't need two of them. Floating around. Or we could kill off a Green Lantern, but they don't hang out at the Titan Tower. So, Yeah.
Well, I don't know who I'd pick. There's got to be X. There you go. From Teen Titans Academy. I have no idea what the guy's about. So.
Well, that's because he's from the old Teen Titans TV show that I loved back in the day.
Red X. Well, are you going to kill Robin then?
No.
Because Red X is Robin.
Yeah, I guess that's true. We could kill Tim Drake.
No, that'd be a hate crime.
Okay, moving on.
So the question is, which fictional character can we legitimately kill without causing a stir? Oh my gosh.
Well, they did just kill Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman.
Yes, cool. I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be amiss with killing Hal, to be fair. I think Hal has served his purpose. I think there's more interesting Green Lanterns out there than just Hal.
Like Guy Gardner.
No.
Yes.
Oh, like Jessica
I
Cruz.
knew it. I said it. Both of you be like, oh God, no. Oh, that's good.
One punch, that's all I'm saying. All right, there you go. We're done. 4 up, 4 down. All right. Don't forget to check out the UCPM for all your favorite shows, including Matthew.
The Jake Think Tank, where we discuss Magic the Gathering, deck techs, card combos, all kinds of wacky things. We've taken a brief hiatus at the moment, but we're working on it, and we'll get back to it. So in the meantime, go check out the other videos we posted.
Yeah, check out the back issues. There'll be some stuff on there, especially if you're picking up packs of cards and thinking, what the hell's this one? You never know, the guys might have seen it already. You can help you out with that. Freyja, I know it's on the schedule, a certain podcast. Are you making a brave return?
I am. So K-Pop Cosmos is coming back. Woo! So party. Unfortunately, because we talk about music, it's a little iffy with what we can and can't have on the show for copyright reasons. So so look forward to that. It's gonna be fun. Cool. And we're not talking about girl groups, unfortunately, Johnny. So I know.
I still have an open invitation, all right, when that happens. Right?
Yeah, we'll let you know when we have.
Cool. Just let me know when the thigh highs and the fishnets come out, and I am so there. All over that, like in there, like swimwear. And of course, don't forget to check out the other shows we have on the UCPN, including our sister show, the No Price Podcast, for all your Marvel, your MCU, and your Disney Plus stuff. So there's lots of Obi-Wan going on over there. And of course, the Old Timers Comic Book Show, where the hosts aren't old, no matter what these two tell you, but the comic books most certainly are. There you go. All right, guys, it's been an absolute blast.
Yep.
Thank you
Sorry,
so
I keep
much
getting
for
sucked
time.
into the Phantom Zone. I'm really trying not to.
Hey, you know, it's fine.
It just be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Damn you, Phantom Zone. Damn you, Zod. Damn you to hell. All right, I've been your host, Johnny Machine Hughes, and as always, adios.
Bye.
Bye-bye.